Okay, it's time for MLB 10, the show. And we are playing the New York Yankees, and it's the third and final game of the series at the beginning of June. And I think, look at this breast is starting to develop more than this one, but this one's bigger. I'm still fat though. I've just been recently starting to jog, but not far, just like at the gym. See how this one's lower? Anyways, you're gonna watch me for the third and final game. And I'm not gonna talk too much. I'm playing a wicked song. So you're just gonna I'm only gonna talk a little bit. And we're gonna go for a big win here against the New York Yankees. Went to Spencer Smith today. What? There's so many fucking immigrants. You know, I talked to this one girl, and I was like, this one woman, I was like, what did I say? I said something smart, and then I delayed what I was gonna say again, because I kind of like lost my train of thought, and fucking went back for her, and completely got shut down. She had a boyfriend. So, anyways, she's hot as fuck. Oh man. But what can you do, right? It's a big fucking ass, goddamn tough life dating is, you know. But you know me, after so many videos, fuck, my life is pretty shitty when it comes to women, right? So anyways. Alright. Playing against the Yankees, then we got a day off. Got a day off. Yo, lately I've been watching these YouTube reels, and there's a couple videos that I'm gonna watch about the US soon. Pretty intense, man, I'll tell you that. Here we go, big time here. And my pizza slice. 100%ed a game the other day. Bomberman Ultra. It's like reminiscent of like 25 years ago. When I was like 13. Hopefully you didn't hear that conversation from that idiot outside. My building's fucking brutal, man. There's only like one hot woman here. That's it. There's like no one. My building's terrible, man. It's fucking brutal. There's no hot woman here. There's like one. That's it. And I just met her like the past year. There's none. I didn't really meet her, but I seen her. George Posada has got 3 home runs in all 3 games against the Jays. That's fucking crazy, yo. I would love to get a second apartment and to find a building with just hot fucking chicks in it, you know? Like, this fucking goddamn building's terrible. It's all seniors and shit. It's fucking bullshit, man. It's like no hot women here. There's one that I seen the other day. You can tell I have the sound off. I really don't want to hear Rex fucking Hoodler. I just lost $50 on the casino online. Just fucking crazy too. I didn't even get 1 bonus yet. It's fucking stupid. I wanted to play cards, but it's just not worth it. I'd rather at least fucking have some excitement. You know, there's not much, like, what are you supposed to do? Like, read a book is the way to save money if you don't like video games. Like, I honestly, or like, I don't know, like watching TV, I don't know, man. Like, what do you do to save money nowadays? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of things are possible? Draw and color like a book? Like, what does an adult do? Reading's fucked up sometimes, eh? Because the brain is like, whenever you read, your mind wanders sometimes, right? That's why you take breaks when you read, because it's just too much imagination, right? And too much imagination is fucked up sometimes. You're not supposed to, you stop your kid from imagining things when they're like 6 and 7 for a reason, you know what I'm saying? So by the time they hit about 8 or 9, all the imagination games are done, like House and all that other stuff, right? But when you get older, you gotta face the imagination and you gotta shut it off and you gotta stop. Reading is all fucking imagination, yo. Who the fuck could read? You know, that's why jail's so bad, because all you get is books in the fucking stupid cell. That's why I don't commit crimes. That's why I'm not a criminal, man. This place is fucking stupid. I fucking hate it. You know, Earth, the society on Earth is fucking trash, man. Plus, there's like 9 billion people on Earth, and you know, I don't chill with any males at all. Like, I never do. Like, I never will. I never make friends with males. There's like 10, maybe 10% of the women here on the Earth that are attractive, and the rest of the Earth is filled with just fucking garbage, yo. And you know, like, when I say that, I really mean it. Like, the third world countries, to those people, like, they're worthless to me, yo. So when I'm streaming here in 2026 and I'm doing this season for like 6 months streaming, and I have like 8, 9 views, there's a reason why. Because I really don't associate with anyone out there, you know what I mean? And like, what really knows me out there, you know, like, not much. And so like, the police have a criminal record on me. I've crossed the border, so they got that record. My social insurance number, they got my job history there. But like, rooms for rent, you'll never be able to find out, because it's all cash when I was like in between like 16 and 28. So you'd never ever be able to find, the computer couldn't even find, the computer possibly could find some, but I doubt it. Because I never had, like, in my 20s, I didn't even have like just dealt with cash in my teens as well. So like the bank would never find, like could never find me. My bank history could never find me. I had Bell Mobility for like fucking like 15 years. So Bell Mobility would be able to find me. Rogers could probably find me if they were backwards compatible. But tied 1-1. Bottom of the second. Seen a lot of average women at Spencer Smith today. Fuck, man. Some of them are really looking good now. Like, you know, I lived through like two COVIDs, two SARS, right? The fucking virus that the humans went through, right? So anyways, the second one was in 2019 that I went through. It damaged them badly, the white women. Just the halt in momentum, probably like 5% of them got overweight for sure. In the global amount of women, for sure. Unless they sat there and they started doing sit-ups and they started jogging in their backyard and stuff on the street. But like 5% of them for sure. From 2019 to 2020, for sure, 5% of them lost their image based on overweight. And then I would say like 2 or 3% probably post-traumatic stress, which causes them to get in a depressive state. And that for sure still continues today without answers too. And they'll never be able to get those answers. You know what I mean? It's a terrible thing that I've gone through here. That COVID-19 was brutal. I personally don't know if it was just like a conspiracy, but if it was in fact a conspiracy and there was absolutely no such thing, and they just like, I don't know, like poisoned people or some shit, I tell you, it's unlikely that it was a conspiracy, but if it, by some small chance that it was, like a virus sent, I don't know, like how would you be able to virus someone? You basically would have to take the blood test and then just see their name and then tell them a lie and then infect them and then they die, right? That would be how you would be doing the conspiracy. So anyways, with that being said, for me going through that and living through the idea that with me alive, white women went through something like that with me, it really negatively affects me overall. So like, if it was a conspiracy, like that's pretty shitty for me and them to go through. But I don't have any of them. Like I'm not like popular with them to the point where I have their phone numbers and stuff. So there's really nothing there. But the way that I think, all the things that I do, they're always in my train of thought, you know, like in my depth perception and everything associated with my life. If you look around my room right now, all this stuff, you know, if you grab 10,000 of them and walk them through this apartment thoroughly to inspect everything, I'm sure they would be able to find themselves and traces of themselves in my possessions for sure. Especially if they didn't know who I was and they just went through it as a tour. For sure, just the way that it's set up, they would be able to find themselves and all the uniqueness that I am. So living that way, where they're always on my mind, right? Everything I do, they're always constantly on my mind. With that being said, for us to go through the COVID just randomly, you know, that's brutal. Like, without it being a conspiracy, that's just very bad luck. You know what I mean? It's just like incredibly bad luck. The day before they announced COVID-19, I was going for my license. So the day before they announced COVID-19, I set up my driver's license. And when that happened, then the next day COVID-19 happened. And I was like, whoa, I can't even do anything. How did I hear about it first? I think I heard about it through basketball. I was playing video games in my house and jogging. When that happened, then all of a sudden I was checking like basketball highlights on my phone or something like that. And they announced the closure of like 4 teams that got sick. And I was like, fuck, that's not gonna happen. They're not gonna play. So then the day went by and I still didn't know it was COVID-19. And then after like 2 days, I checked basketball highlights again and they said there's a whole day after the very first topic where so I heard that like 4 teams got canceled. And when the 4 teams got canceled in the NBA for games, like 3 days passed by. Well, in the 3 days there, I never needed to grocery shop and I only went out to jog. And everything else was at the computer. So, like playing PlayStation 3. So then I go to check the NBA highlights again and fuck, they're closing down teams, closing down games, right? And then the day after for sure then started lockdowns and stuff like that. Baseball was right after hockey, was right there too, right? So, but just the most brutalist luck. Like I have my own story independently, individually, like I was going for my license because I just left Toronto and I've been taking the subway my whole life and moved out to a small city outside of Toronto and went for my license and I was going for my license and fucking got canceled, like couldn't even do it because of COVID-19, right? So then after that, I got obese. 6 months went by of just pure lockdowns and I literally got obese. I weighed like 191 pounds, right? On my way that I was I was gonna go to Good Life and get a gym membership too, and couldn't do it. Fucking COVID-19. So 6 months. So in that 6 months, once I looked down one day and I seen I was like 190 pounds, then I fucking started doing sit-ups. right before COVID-19, I quit drugs. And when I quit drugs, I was living in this house where the drugs were there. And I quit twice in that house, drugs. And when I finally quit the second time, I was only out of jail for like 3 months. And I was quit for probably like, I don't know, 4 months. And then, no, I was quit for about 5 months. And then roughly around the 5th month, so like, let me see, August, I quit roughly August, and then I moved out by the following, hold on. Because the reason I moved out of the drug house, like it was like a bomb location, and I would have stayed there, and I would have stayed quit, most likely. I wanted to leave anyways because it was just a bad situation. The location was perfect, but anyways, the location was perfect, but the bad situation was against me. So when it was against me, I started looking for a place. On my actual PlayStation profile, I can find the timestamp of when I moved, so just give me a sec. And I tell you that I was using drugs, but not the worst one, which is heroin, right? Now fentanyl's in everything, so like I was using pretty much all the other drugs. Actually, I never did acid, but so anyways, by the time I was quit for more than half of my 6 months that I was quit, I came across in my house heroin, and it was in my washroom in the garbage. And I went to pee one night, and I seen it there. And when I seen it there, I immediately got nervous. And when I immediately got nervous, I knew right away that I had little time to move. So, when I moved, I got away from the worst drugs of all, the worst drug of all. So, in 2018, hold on, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2018, I quit in August. When I quit the drugs in 2018, in August, I moved into my new place the August 9th, 2019. So when I quit August, I stayed in the drug house for a year. Hold on a sec. Let me see something. I have my police record. And with my police record, I can tell you when I was last detained by the Halton police, by the actual police. And when I was detained, detained, the last time I was detained, I only used drugs for another 3 months and then I stopped. So 2018, in January, okay, so the last time I was jailed was 2018, April 13th. I was shot in 2011, April, 2014, April 11th. Went through my Air Force, the bullet. So, when I got out of jail, April 13th, I went crazy on drugs for like 3 months. Well, like 2 months straight. 2 months straight, and then by the 3rd month, I started to slow down. And when I was slowing down, I guess I was getting smarter by allowing more oxygen into my brain rather than just fucking constantly doing drugs. So, anyways, once I started to slow down, I started to think about other stuff, and when I did, I started to see some other things that I like about myself and that I like about life. Well, in the next month, by 2018 August, I quit all the drugs that I was using. So So when I found the heroin one night in my house, I had to move. So when I moved, I was already in the healthy lifestyle. So I was going to go to the gym, and so I was only in my new place for like 2 months, and then COVID-19 came across and completely threw me right behind. And it's 2026 now. That's almost 10 years ago already. So, with that being said, one time I smoked heroin once, only once, and it was with a white woman in a Tim Hortons washroom. So that was pretty bad. But you know what's weird is like I didn't even get high from it. So it was like, it just had like a really brutal smell to it, and the taste was like, I didn't even taste it. So I don't even know what the high is when you smoke heroin, but now heroin, like fentanyls and everything, so it's like, it's not even worth doing any drugs at all now. Like my drugs when I was younger, they're cleaner, right? Without fentanyl. So like all my highs and everything associated with my use was completely non-paranoid. Like, I mean, like I would smoke a blunt and then go out in public and like completely be nervous around white women because I don't want them to think weird about me. But when it came to like when it comes to like using and fentanyl being possibly in it, like I couldn't even turn to that stuff now, because just the idea of what fentanyl is, like, it's just fucking, just completely will ruin your insides. And I'm sure it overpowers like some of the stuff that you would cut it with to do other drugs, right? Like, why would you even buy other drugs? Why wouldn't you just buy fentanyl if it's in everything, you know? So, and there's like worse stuff than fentanyl now too. It fucking paralyzes you. It's like I couldn't even turn to drugs nowadays because that's not even like the type of person I am. And when I sit there and I think about it, like using, like, I don't know, man, like using any drug that's not fentanyl, and then thinking that possibly the fentanyl was in it during the high, you'd probably go through some kind of mental strangeness, you know what I mean? Like, completely ruins everything, right? I don't know, not me, man, not me, yo. Like, nowadays, I wouldn't even smoke weed. The government has it. So right away, the first thing I would think about, because the government sells the cannabis, is they're doing that on purpose to kill the people. That's the first thing I would think of. Because I'm sober all the time. Growing up, I'm a fine person with, I don't even buy alcohol, right? When you're younger, like, you already know, like, you're fine when you're sober. So why do you have to use drugs or alcohol? There's no point. Well, alcohol is, back in the day, was first before everything, and the first thing that you wouldn't even be introduced to cigarettes first. It would definitely be a beer with your friends at a party. Cigarettes is like the last thing that you would ever do, especially if you played sports with all the popular kids. It was beer in the backyard, or beer on the porch, or beer at the cottage, or beer at the party with the other classmates, right? So the parents, our older brother or older sister bought us beer and alcohol, so we're gonna go party, right? In the park or something. That's what we used to do. But never weed. Weed's like way worse, smoking, right? So because drinking was a lot easier for people to wrap their mind about growing up, that when you drank, it was like normal because all the adults drank. It was just like a beer at the dinner table. Like, everyone does it, right? Well, nobody fucking smokes cigarettes because it's stupid. The fucking, like, 1 million different rat poisons in the cigarette. Like, how many chemicals are actually in the cigarette? There's like 1,000 chemicals in the cigarettes. I don't even know. I'm holding a pack of cigarettes from the US right now called Marlboros, because I used to smoke. And I keep this around for confidence because I never smoke. I haven't smoked since 2017, right? So it's like almost 10 years now. But I have MGD in my fridge. I never drink. So like when you're growing up, like, majority of the people don't smoke because it's so dumb. It's the stupidest thing in the world. Why would you smoke poison? Why? Growing up, like, have these kids, like, the beer's right there at the store. They're not going to steal the beer at the gas station because their dad has a beer every night for dinner. You know what I mean? So if they wanted a beer, they just ask for a drink at dinner time, right? But the same dad that fucking drinks beer or alcohol, he doesn't smoke more than 30, 50, like fucking like 80% of the males that drink a beer don't smoke. Nobody smokes cigarettes nowadays. That's the most fucked up shit, right? So in high school when I was younger, the fucking nobody smoked cigarettes first. Who the fuck would ever think to smoke a fucking stupid poisonous fucking cigarette? It's just poison. That's it. Same with the weed. The weed would go with hand in hand with the cigarette. So no one would even smoke weed because it's just seen as like a cigarette. Poison. That's it. So everyone drank. Fuck for years. For fucking like from the 60s all the way to the fucking 90s, early 2000s. Because it's at the dinner. Right? When you're growing up, when you're like 8 and 9 and 10, your dad or your mom's having a beer at the dinner. Or a fucking a shot for dessert or something like that. Something strange, but it's alcohol. It stinks bad, and when you had a taste, it was a bad idea because it was so strong. Right? It's disgusting. But no one smokes cigarettes. Nobody. Now, I don't know what the fuck all the weed stores are out there. So these kids must be growing up right away thinking that the government wants to kill them with the weed. That's what I would think right away. The first thing I would think about is anyone that worked and anyone that was older than me, for sure, if I choose to smoke weed, they want me to die. That would be number one thing. That would be the first thing I would ever think about. If I was a kid again, which will never happen, I would think for sure the most logical thought is that because the government sells the weed, and if I did my research on it, and I knew that it was a botched medical fucking cover-up for people that liked it back in the day, and when they sat there and they knew that there was stronger medication, but smoking weed was easier for them because they were addicted to it for recreational reasons before they got sick, you know, I would know that there's better medicine out there that the government has other than weed. So I would never ask the government or the doctor for the weed. I would ask for the better medicine, right? The strong medicine, the good medicine that's gonna help me, keep me alive, right? So if I'm a kid right now in between like ages like 7 and 10, for sure the first thing that I think about when it comes to the weed and all the weed stores is the people that own the weed stores want me to die. Because the smoking will kill you and it's not good for you. So if all the stores exist that want you to smoke, well, for sure I'm not gonna smoke. And for sure, when I go to school, even my teachers, they might want me to smoke and die. Isn't that fucked up, yo? That's fucking crazy, yo. To me, that's fucking exactly what it shows, right? No matter what. There's like no gyms. Well, there's gyms. But there's like people playing sports, there's people driving around, right? So if I'm a kid and I see there's so many weed stores, it's not even funny. And there's like a shit ton of convenience stores that sell the cigarettes. So right away, the weed stores and the convenience stores, for sure, selling the smoking products, for sure, I would think that they're the enemies to the sober kids. That's what I would think for sure. That for sure, that the reason that they choose to work there is because they want the kids to smoke and die. Hands down. That, or the government is setting up the workers that way. But like I don't know, like what else would a kid see? There's so many weed stores, it's fucking ridiculous. And like everyone's walking around sober, like for a year now, since they all started fucking opening. Nobody fucking is goddamn fucking smoking out in public. I never see anyone fucking blazing up. Like when I used cannabis, I'm one of the very few white guys that progressed in the blunts. Like only the black guys, the rappers would smoke blunts. Because when I was younger, they were all rich. And that's all you'd see is them holding out blunts, right? So that's the first thing I wanted to do when I started smoking weed was just fucking rock a blunt. Well, eventually my threshold for a blunt got past the rappers, and fuck, man, I used to be able to smoke fucking quarter blunts more than a rapper ever showed. Anytime he held a blunt was like less than half quarter. And I'm sitting here with a fucking huge ass blunt that I would smoke half of and then go pass out and then wake up and fucking done the rest just to wake up. By the time I smoked weed for 13 years, okay? By the time I hit my 11th, 12th, and 13th year, my threshold for cannabis raised significantly. So there was no such thing as me waking up in my 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th year smoking cannabis and smoking a gram. Fucking not enough. Are you kidding me? Smoke a gram of Kush first thing in the morning before anything. Every single thing that I did, I would smoke the weed first. And I would never get paranoid. I would get paranoid when I was a young smoking, like my second, third, and fourth year, maybe. But by the time I hit my 7th, 8th, and 9th, I fucking smoke like 4 or 5 grams through the day, one at a time. But when I hit my 10th year, smoking cannabis, there was no way that I would wake up and smoke a gram and get touched by my gram at all. Like I'd feel it. I wouldn't get frazzled or frizzled. I wouldn't get dazed. I would know that I'm definitely under the influence, but it was not enough. And the gram, depending on how good the weed was, right? Depending on how good the weed was, the gram is like this big in a spliff, in a joint, and a fucking inhale that in fucking like less than 5 minutes, less than 3 minutes, fucking it's gone, like that. So by the time I hit my 10th year smoking cannabis, my blunts went from like 20 when I first wake up. Okay, right when I wake up, this is like all of my 10th, 11th, and 12th year, like I went from like 20s to 30s to 40s to 50s to 60s in a day. Every fucking day. I would be smoking like, on average, like a half quarter blunt, and then more. And the worst thing about it too, is by the time I finished half of the blunt, I would make sure that I positioned my body proper so that I wouldn't use any extra energy. So by the time I got blitted, then I would either choose to fucking do only a couple things or pass out. And I would literally choose to go to bed. And when I go to bed, I would fucking sleep for like 11 hours, right? Or 12 hours, right? But like from the year 10, 11, 12, and 13, 10, 11, 12, by the time I hit the 13th year of smoking cannabis, I was up to quarter blunts a day. Like, I'm not even shitting you. You'd never be able to finish the quarter blunt in one go because it's just so much cannabis, right? But I definitely, more than half of it in a go, believe me, fuck, for sure. 13 years I smoked weed. Holy fuck, could I not even tell you how much I spent on it? More than like, probably more than $400,000 easy on cannabis in 13 years. Probably like $500,000, $600,000 easily. Cigarettes, smoked cigarettes for like 17 years. Probably smoked, how much I spent on cigarettes in 17 years? Probably like $600,000, $700,000. Probably that much, for sure. Cannabis, 13 years, I'd say $500,000 worth to cannabis. I would say for sure, 100%. 100%. Not a day would go by that I would never try and get my hands on the weed. Especially residing in Toronto or Peel region. I resided in Peel region for probably 3 years, on and off. Every day I would know where to go to get a gram. I had 4 or 5 different spots that I would go anywhere in Saga, Brampton, and I'd go and pick up a gram anytime, blaze it right away. I wouldn't even waste my fucking time. And now there's right when I quit weed, all the weed stores fucking open up for free. What the fuck is that, yo? How the fuck does that work? You know what I'm saying? How is that my luck? Anyways, but by the time it was my 13th year, the quarter that I would smoke a day was sometimes I don't think I would get towards the ounce because I never smoked with anyone. You know what I mean? And I had a it's called a mentality that when I was younger, I would fool around with women on the weed, but then it would just get to the point where I wasn't as good with the woman when I was under the influence, so I wouldn't even fucking do anything. So I ended up stopping on my own because it's not worth fucking controlling mine and her body when I'm fucking intoxicated from weed, right? So I would only, anytime I wanted to be with a woman, I'd make sure that I was sober, right? And that's still to this day, because it was just a waste of time for me, right? And I could tell the women that I was with that wasn't doing that well. I wasn't the fucking best, but I don't know. But for sure, this might be a home run. Yes. So, anytime, there's a couple times when the woman was on alcohol, but they get funny sometimes, right? When they're intoxicated and they're under the influence of drugs. Because sometimes they get weird. It's because they're not the same as a man, right? So that's why I would never go back to that lifestyle. That's why I see a lot of younger males, they're not like me when they're aging, which is good for me. I personally, I don't see myself getting along with any of the males anyways, so it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me at all. So I think that I'm up 6-1 here in the 5th inning. Let's see. Bottom of the 6th, and I'm up 8-1. Yo, you want to see me play the casino after this? I'll play it after this. I just don't want to listen to Rex Hudler because he's a fucking ass nig. He's a stupid nig, yo, when it comes to this fucking ass game. Every fucking criticism he says about my team, every single time. That might be a home run by Gonzo. Almost. By Gonzalez. Yeah, probably over $500,000 I spent on cannabis in 13 years, which isn't that much money, but I had no money growing up. I during all that time, I had to do my own rooms for rent and everything. So, and I had no female ever to fucking support me. No woman, no significant girlfriend that would ever be able to house me or fucking take care of my meals or my clothing and none of that. You ever realize when you yawn that sometimes you look like you're not the same you? You know what I mean? Something's wrong with me. Why am I looking that way when I yawn? like a natural reflex that's not up to your standard of sight. You know, like something like that, right? Nine one. Hold up. I gotta get my fan because it's like 30 degrees out there right now and it's finally cooking in here. I don't have the sun hitting my apartment that much through the day, so it's very difficult for me, for my place to cool down, because all winter I have my window open, right? And my building's warm and stuff. So because my building's warm and my apartment is not in the sun at all, like I get from like 8 to 12 sunlight. So I have plants right on my balcony and shit, but like I'm shaded and stuff, right? Mostly, like the sun barely hits half of my balcony, so it doesn't even come through the. It comes into the apartment just a little, only for like 45 minutes, I think. That's all I think I know for the sun to hit my window and to come inside my apartment. So totally, like my apartment is fully in the shadows, right? So like anytime it's cold, the wind will blow, and I use my vents because I'm smart. So when it's cold, I'll put my vents on, and then the air filters through it and it cools out my apartment, right? Because like I get hot very easily and shit like that. Just because I'm like fully energized, I got lots of muscles, my high metabolism, right? So all that associated with like just my natural body. So I'm always warm and shit, right? So it's like it's the end of May, and now I'm starting to feel my apartment starting to get hot all through it. But anyways. Check for yourself. You would absolutely do it, Joel. You would smoke the weed. Fuck. Half an inning to go here. Fuck, man. Fuck you, fly ball. That's the game. Forgot the camera was on me a little bit there. I think I might have spoke about something when I was thinking about it. So anyways, tried to cover it up. We'll touch back on that if you ever get to know me outside of the video. How embarrassing. But anyways, not to break character, that's a 10-1 win for me. Adam Lynn's played the game, 2 home runs, and a good seal of the season series. A 3-game sweep of the New York Yankees in the beginning of June. Let's see if every person on my team registered a hit, and they all did. And that is one of the most important things that I'm doing. McDonald maintains the 375 average, the only player under 400 average. So let's get to saving, and then you are going to watch me play the casino game. I think I have 40 bucks left. I'm just going to run it for a wheel bonus. Buffalo Revolution for 75 cents a spin. Not putting any more money on it. Quite pleased with only the 40 left, as it's already soaked me for $60 fucking, and I only got 2 coins like 4 times. No line pays, nothing good. So just completely ruined the 100 there. Alright. Saving the baseball, and here we go. You ready? You're going to be able to see it right there. You're not going to be seeing my password. Let's see how I do here. It stinks because I only have 40 bucks. I should have just spun it down, but at the same time, when you do that and you're in a hole, like, it's tough to have an idea to get out of the hole. Yeah, I only have 35 bucks. So it's even worse. So I'm gonna put $25 more on. That's it. And then, so I only put 20. So I'm gonna put 25. You know what? I'm gonna put 50 because I get charged anyways. So I'm gonna put 50 and we should get a bonus. I'm just gonna spin it completely to get a bonus, and that's it. I didn't want to put any more money on it, but I'm gonna end up doing it. Alright. Alright, here we go. 85 bucks. Buffalo Gold Revolution, 75 cents a spin. You're in with me right now, and you're gonna be able to see it right there. You can see it. So here we go. Big spins, okay? Can I zoom this in? No. Okay. So here we go. You ready? I'm just gonna spin this all the way, y'all. Okay, let's see what we get. Bonus almost. You see that? Coins, man. We need those coins for the wheel. Almost. So close, y'all. Coins, man. We need the coins. Oh, I needed a buffalo in the beginning there. We're at $70.
No wheel bonus yet. $15 down already. I can't believe it, eh? Like, look at that. Isn't that tough? That's fucking crazy, man. Yes, we got it. All right. On live TV too, yo. Ha ha ha. I'm just kidding, yo. Okay, here we go. So we want to max out the wheel feature. So we're going for gold and brown right here. Gold and brown. We need gold and brown. Gold and brown. I won like 1,000 on this not too long ago. We got purple, just completely wrecked. We got ruined there. Completely fucking, only 8 free games. Base bonus. Here we go. Ready? Let's see what we got here. Yo, you can get fucking huge on this. So we got one of those golds. We need those coins though for free games, yo. All the eagles change now. We need coins, man. ×2. Yeah. No coins, yo. Coins. Nothing. 2 games left. Coins, man. Just fucking wrecked. Piddle. Won $3.80. So. Here, you ready? Watch this, yo. Here we go. Now you can see good. Just completely wrecked, man. That's fucking crazy, eh? 80 cents. How much do I have? 70 buckers. Need a bonus, man. That bonus was shit, yo. So close, man. Oh, man. So close. Come on, yo. Wheel feature. Give up the wheel feature, yo. Yes! All right. Too huge. Come on, the grand. Great spin, mate. Oh no. Brutal, man. I need coins. It's like 15 bucks right there. Brutal. Okay, let's switch it back on. All right, let's finish her off. We're at 75 bucks. Again, yo. 75. You need a wheel feature, man. Wheel feature. Huge. Yo, that's like 30 bucks right there. Yo, look at that. That's wicked, yo. Look, watch. Look at that, yo. All those buffalo. It's like $30, watch. Yeah, 36 bucks, man. Wow. Yo, is that good? Yeah. That's off just a normal spin, too. What, 75 cents, too. Oh, man. If all those pictures changed, I would have like $100 extra right now. Oh, almost when I was looking at the camera, you know? Huge wheel feature. I am ready. Yo, I've honestly, some of the wheel features I've done, 500, 1,000. So let's go, man. The grand will give me 1,000. The major, 250. Free game. Not bad. Let me get a drink for this. So this session, we're live. We're live for this our third bonus and a $36 line pay, which is not bad when you look at it. You need that red to hit, man. That is a free G right there. Almost. Did you see that? Oh my gosh. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go to the casino right after this. You play Texas Hold'em poker, you know what I mean? If I win big now. Wow, nice. That's huge right there, buddy. Okay, here we go. There's only one more spin after this if I qualify for it. No purple, no purple, no purple, no purple. Purple it was. Too bad for me. All right, here we go. 16 free games. We need coins. 2 coins right away. Just fire them out there. Right away. That's a good win right there. 10's right across. It's like $5. Nice. 5 free games. This is going to be huge, it feels like. Yes! You need like 100 free games here, buddy. Coins, man. Come on, fire out those coins, man. We need 4 coins right across. Give you 12 free games there. 10s again. Nice. All dead spins, man. Come on, liven up. Oh, that coin would have been great. Coins, man. Coin, coin, coin. Fuck. Coin, man. Another coin. Yes. We need 100. You need 100 free games for like $1,000 here, man. Come on. 60 more free games. Come on, buddy. Coins. Coin, coin. Come on. Coin, man. Coin. Just come on, coins. Yes. As long as you keep getting coins, it'll just keep going on and on and on. Here, I'm going to switch this. We need some coins here, buddy. Coin, yes! That's not very good for $17. $17 for 41 free games is not very good at all. Oh, wow. That's huge, man. That's like $40. $48. Yes. That's huge, buddy. All right, a couple more spins and we out. Now I'm gonna play later. We got there 148. Go to 145 here. You don't want to leave too much, but because the reel's hot, right? But I'm running into some cold here. I just got 2 in a row. And then I got 10s again. So I'm just going to take a break because I've been doing well. So anyways, you just seen something pretty incredible. So I got a line hit that was about $50 there. Or no, I got the bonus that was 50. No, I got the line hit that was 50. I got a line hit that was 36. And I got the bonus 5 times. That's pretty good, eh? The bonus was like, my best one was like $20. This is what it is, but anyways. Okay, so the G's are off and running. The Jays are off and running in the season. They are in first place, 58-0. Red Sox are 34-25. They have been succeeding lately without me noticing. And the Rays are 30-27. The Twins are 30-27. The Indians are 29-28. The Athletics are 30-29. The Braves are 32-26. The Nationals in the same division are 32-26. The Phillies in the same division are 30-27. The Mets in the same division are 29-28. The Cardinals are 33-25. The Pirates are 29-28. The Rockies are 33-25. The Dodgers are 32-26. Home run leader is Aaron Hill with 21. Okay, I'm out of here. See ya.